Hey everybody, what's up? It is I, Tylia Flores, with a brand new video. And before we get into this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tylia Flores. I am a 26-year-old disability activist born with spastic dysplasia, the most common form of cerebral palsy. I am also a multiple-time published author and radio show host personality. And with that being said, y'all, I want to get into today's video. Because I feel like this is important, and I feel like I haven't touched base on this topic within this video. I apologize for my tongue tied. It's been a very busy day. I had an eye doctor appointment and my eyes are dilated, if you can't tell. Everything's all good here. But I just wanted to come on here and do this quick video and talk about what really makes disability a tragedy. It's not the fact that we're limited from many things, and we live in an ableist society, and each and every day that I get the chance to go outside and I get the chance to speak to able-bodied people and tell them my story, how I'm just a 26-year-old woman stomping on CP, I feel like I'm empowered. I feel like I've made a difference in someone's life, and I feel like anybody could do that. And I'm so honored to be able to be one of those people that breaks the stigma of being disabled as considered as a tragedy, because being disabled isn't a tragedy. What is a tragedy is the way society treats people with disabilities and how we have to deal with the ableism behind lack of awareness and understanding, and the constant stereotypes that we have to stomp on as a whole. Because ultimately, the only tragedy there is when it comes to disability is the way society treats us as a whole. Even if you look back to the Holocaust, even if you look back to many years before the Holocaust, we were still labeled as different, and we were not welcomed into society. And to this day, we're still having to deal with that. Isn't that crazy, many years later? So, with that being said, I think the only thing that makes having a disability a tragedy is the way society treats us, and the way we constantly have to prove and go above and beyond to show people in society that we are not pity parties, we are not sad stories, we are not a death sentence. We are people that are living in an ableist society to the best of our abilities, despite the obstacles and challenges we face. So we, as individual people with disabilities, we're not tragic, we're not bad, we're not a sob story from the beginning. If anything, we're a community that's full of unity, acceptance, and love, and uniqueness, because we're all different in our own way, and people need to understand that about the disability community. There's so many different beautiful people, and each and every day that I get to advocate with people like Priya Ray, Pauline, Katrina Smith, Anya, Imani, Emmanuel, Hector. There's so many more people that I could say on this video, but I'll be here all day long. But what I'm trying to say is, you guys, being disabled doesn't make us a tragedy. What makes us a tragedy is the way society treats us. So what can we do to end the tragedy and end the constant stigma behind, oh, this person with a disability must live a terrible life? Exactly what I'm doing right now. Use your social media platforms to advocate. Use your gifts to advocate. Use your voice. Use your talents to say, you know what? I may have a disability, but it is not a tragedy. I may have obstacles and challenges, but it is not a tragedy. And I'm not going to allow society and statistics and history to say that I am a tragedy, because ultimately I am a victor, I am a winner, and I'm going to be successful no matter what I do in life, despite my disability, because my disability is a beautiful gift, and it gives me the strength I need to get to push forward and keep telling my story from my point of view. And that's what I tell myself each and every day. Yes, cerebral palsy is a pain in the ass. I didn't say it wasn't a pain in the ass, especially because it's been raining in Florida lately. Yes, it has been a pain in the ass, but I refuse to make my story a sob story, a tragic story, because it's not. It's a beautiful story on how a 26-year-old woman sees the world in a different point of view, in a unique point of view. And in my opinion, cerebral palsy just makes life a beautiful adventure, and I can't wait to see what's in store, because my story isn't tragic. My story isn't a sob story. My story isn't this, oh, well, I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy and I want people to feel bad for me. No, my story is, yes, I have cerebral palsy, but I'm a writer, advocate, and radio show host personality, and I use this disability as my purpose and as my strength to tell my story to others, and that's what we all should do as a whole, because no obstacle is a tragedy. No challenge is a tragedy. The only way it becomes a tragedy is if you let it become a tragedy. But it ain't a tragedy to be disabled. It is a beautiful way of living, and that's just the way I view my life and my persona, because, throughout the years, I've learned to appreciate my challenges and obstacles, and I just want everybody to know that's going through a difficult time right now and that may think that your story is a tragedy. It's not a tragedy. But the only person that could change that mindset of saying, oh, my story is a tragedy, is you. So you have to go out there and rewrite your story from your point of view. It's like my buddy from Actions and Limits podcast, Paul and Justin, phenomenal podcast, by the way. He has a group on Facebook called Rewrite Your Story. And every day I go into that group and I just get so inspired by the people and the energy, because it's true. The message that Paul and Justin lead is that it only takes one ordinary person to tell the story of life and the universe and the earth, and that's us. So, and with my story, I refuse to have it say Tylia Flores thought her disability was a tragedy because of what all the antagonists told her. I refuse to allow myself to think that, oh, my disability is a tragedy, my disability is ugly, because it ain't. Everybody's beautiful in their own unique way. And so you have to embrace your disabilities no matter what. And when you're ready, you'll know. Just like when I was 18, when I was a teenager, I hid a lot online. I didn't want to talk about my disability. I didn't want to speak about my disability. I was just done with it. But then, after publishing James Ticking Time Bomb, I realized that, wait, just because I published a book dedicated to my friend that's passed away, and it helped me grieve, my job isn't over yet. Now it's time to take it a step further and use this tool that I got from a tragedy and take it to help other people within my everyday life. And then bada boom, bada bam, that's how the Handy Capable series was born. That's how Stomping on TP came to be about. And look where I am today. I'm speaking on YouTube about my disability, which when I was a teenager, I had another YouTube channel, and I would never talk about my disability. So, that should say something. And I just want to tell people, use your obstacles and challenges as an opportunity to help others. Because your obstacles and challenges do not make your story a tragedy. Your disability, your disadvantages do not make your story a tragedy. Only you have the power to say, no, this isn't a tragedy. This is just an obstacle, and I'm going to keep going. So keep being you, keep shining, and keep stomping, and keep being a rock star. This is Tylia Flores, over and out.